Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to our nursery life skills lessons for today. We will be continuing our discussion on pets. What is a cat? A cat is a small pet animal with 4 short legs and a beautiful furry tail. Cats are covered with soft and silky fur. Like dogs, cats may also differ in size, shape, and weight. Cats are also known to be short and stout. All cats have brightly colored eyes, a nose, whiskers, 6 toes on each paw, and retractable claws, meaning they can come out and pull back in. The sound that the cat makes is called a meow. A baby cat is called a kitten. Cat seldom makes any noise when walking or running. They are very gentle and playful animals, and they love playing with toys, especially a string and rope. A cat can sleep up to 18 hours a day and love a basket or a comfy pillow to sleep in. Unlike dogs that have to be bathed by their owners, cats have a rough tongue which helps them groom themselves. This makes them very independent animals. Lastly, cats are meat lovers and they require a high protein diet in order to survive. This is a picture of a cat's paws. This is a picture of a cat's tail. Now let's discuss what is a bird. A bird is a beautiful animal. They have many attractive features. A bird's body is covered in feathers and they have wings. Birds have 2 legs which are covered in scales, claws on their feet, a tail, and a hard beak with no teeth. Birds are known for laying eggs. They come in many different sizes. Birds love to eat grains, seeds, and nuts. It is important to provide pet birds with high quality pellet diet. They can also benefit from foods that their owners share with them. Example: fresh fruits and vegetables. A pet bird lives in a cage or aviary. An aviary is a large cage, building, or enclosure for keeping birds in. They love to sit on a little swing inside of their cage and let the cool breeze soothe them. Most of the time, birds also enjoy sitting on their owner's shoulders or hands. Some birds are well trained and do not create any fuss. They also enjoy their toys, ladders, mirrors, and bells. Lastly, pet birds like parrots love to imitate people's voices and can say almost about anything. They may seem as if they are talking, but they actually don't talk. We will now be moving on to our shape identification lesson. Welcome, boys and girls, to our shape identification lesson. What shape is the girl holding? The girl is holding a heart. Can you identify the heart below? This is a heart. What shape is the girl holding? The girl is holding a crescent. Can you identify the crescent below? This is a crescent. Let's describe the shape below. The moon is shaped like the crescent. Boys and girls, we will now be moving on to our color identification lesson. Welcome boys and girls to our color identification lesson. The pictures below all share a similar trait. They are all made up of the color pink. Let's identify the pictures below. A flamingo, a tongue, a pig. Can you name other pictures that are also pink in color? A pink lotus, a pink orchid, a pink tulip. The pictures below all share a similar trait. They are all made up of the color gray. Let's identify the pictures below. An elephant, a seal, a dolphin. Can you name other pictures that are also gray in color? A mouse, a koala, a shark. Now let's look at the pictures below. Can you recognize the color pink? A donut, a pink bowl, pink candy floss. Now let's look at the pictures below. Can you recognize the color gray? An African gray, a gray pair of shoes, a gray cloud. Now boys and girls, we will be moving on to our number identification lesson. Welcome boys and girls to our maths lesson for today. In this lesson, we will be focusing on number identification. Can you identify the number 4? This is the number 4. Can you identify the number 3? This is the number 3. Can you identify the number 2? This is the number 2. Can you identify the number 1? This is the number 1. Can you identify the number 5? This is number 5. Boys and girls, we will now be moving on to our story time. So boys and girls, do you remember our story time song? Let's sing it together. Story time, story time, story time is quiet time, so shh. Today's story is called Up in the Air by T. Albert. Up in the air. When you stand at your window and look down and around, you will see great many things moving on the ground. Bugs, bullfrogs, babies, buses, cars, cats and a clown. Everywhere you look, you'll see something rushing up and down. But if you are bored of looking down, lift your head and look around. You will find up in the air as many things are to be found. There are things that glide, there are things that fly, there are things that hover, and things that zoom by. Birds of all shapes and sizes flap their way across the sky. Eagles, crows, sparrows, robins, and the mountain black eye. Beware of flying things that sting like mosquitoes and honeybees. Enjoy the moths and butterflies that float by softly like the breeze. Scrunch your eyes and look really close. When you see something above, hover. If it's super tiny, it is a hummingbird. If it's noisy and huge, a helicopter. If you feel left out of all that fun, don't cry and don't complain. Just grow up to be a pilot and you can fly an airplane. You can zoom around the world whenever, wherever you want to. But if you want to go up much higher than that, you can become an astronaut and get into the spacecraft. You could go to the moon, to Jupiter, Venus, and Mars, and someday in a space rocket you could reach for the stars. But if you want to fly up high right now and right here, try airships or hot air balloons to float from here to there. But wait, there's so much more. If you want to be up in the air, gliding and parasailing are sports for those who dare. And when you are tired and dizzy from all the zooming around, you could still be up in the air from right here on the ground. Get your kite, get your balloon, and fly it into the sky. Watch it bob and dive and dance against the cloud that floats by. So, when you stand at your window, look up and down and all around. There are many, many things up in the air, just as they are on the ground. Story time questions. Number 1. What is the name or the title of the story? The name of the story is called Up in the Air. Number 2. Which animal can flap their wings and fly? A bird can flap their wings and fly. Number 3. Can you remember which person can fly an airplane? A pilot can fly an airplane. Number 4. Lastly, to fly high up, what type of transport can you use? You can use a hot air balloon. We have now come to an end of our lesson for today. Until tomorrow, goodbye.